Bill.
Hey Doug, how are you?
Okay, how are you today?
Good. Still on both microphones, huh?
Well, I don't know what's going on. I just want to make sure we got some volume today. No feedback would be nice. Let's see if we got anybody in the chat right now that can tell us. Can you hear me now? Don't think those daggone you guys messed with anything over the weekend. Should be good.
That's a surprise.
Yes, it's amazing, ain't it? Nobody's there yet. Oh, we got viewers, but nobody's talking. Oh, there we go. Some analytics kicking in.
YouTube froze.
What?
My YouTube froze up.
Oh, I thought you meant us.
We have one.
We have volume. All right, I'm going to put my phone on silent. And it looks like we're up to 40 players. We're going to be up to 40 players later this evening. 41 if we ever get Josiah to sign up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sent him, I don't know how many messages asking to just sign up. It looks like Jason Bennett is coming.
Nice.
Larry just asked me for the sign up.
Larry had mentioned that.
Hey Josh, how are you, buddy?
Good evening.
Jason will put us at 40, Josiah will get us to 41.
I don't know any others. I thought Nicola was coming, but it didn't look like it.
Did she sign up? Oh, did Dave?
No.
Oh.
He said he thought they were out of town that weekend.
I swore one of them signed up. Okay. Hey, John. On the opposite sauna, that is Boston. Yes, we're doing well, thank you. Hey, Michael made it. How did that go?
He signed in as well. Or he signed up.
Yes.
So hopefully he makes it.
He was hoping that Warren would show up, but Warren said it would take a perfect alignment of the stars for him to be able to be here.
Yeah. I believe he sold a lot of the artwork now.
Yes, I think he did. He should have.
Yeah.
He got some exposure here, and he got some exposure in the Facebook page.
Yep.
And he had super low prices. Well, not super low. They were low.
Reason.
Yes. Hey, Eric, how are you? Michael, did we get rid of the echo?
We're hoping maybe the microphones were just too close to each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping it was. Let's see here. Go down here. Oh. Oh, Michael's already been discussed. Michael, did you make him an offer on the Captain America Sentinel of Liberty?
He's the one that said everything was for sale.
Ricky's bringing all his burners. Yay! This is weird. I bet there is some echo. Hey, Larry. We should not have 3 microphones live. What the heck is that all about? We only have 2 microphones. What? They're all... Oh my gosh.
They're all live.
You bet I did. How do I say this? Michael, did you start at 4 figures? Because I heard that's what it would take.
Really?
Yeah. I thought you said you weren't going to change. I didn't change them, Brett. I didn't change a thing. Now I'm thinking those Yu-Gi-Oh players were playing with it again. What the heck? He politely declined, but I did pick up a couple other pieces. All right, good.
What'd you offer, Michael? So we knew to go higher than that.
I know he told me it had to be at least 4 figures before he'd even consider it.
At least 1,000.
Yep. All right. I'm going to try something here. Where's this one? I'm going to try reading that one. No, but it was close. All right, Michael, you're the man. What other one should I mute? Let's mute this one. This one should have already been muted. I don't know what happened there.
What's going on, Captain?
You and the captain making it happen.
Yeah,
Super psyched to talk DC over Power. Yeah, I know. And you guys were all DC back in the day, right?
Captain, share what you played if you don't mind.
Yeah, Captain. What were your decks? Because we're interested. I've never played an all DC deck. Have you ever played an all DC deck?
Yeah, we actually remember at one of the OP Cups we had an all DC tournament.
Oh, did we?
The night before.
All right, now it's clean. Okay.
And I remember playing some sort of Ray Brainiac flash deck.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. Yeah, Echo gone. All right. Now you're almost gone, Doug. Oh, man.
Not yet. He just turned 62. He's okay.
61. Don't rush it. Come on.
61.
61.
All right.
What's good, Andrew? How are you? Josh, is it true that DC was designed to be played somewhat separately from Marvel, and that's why there's a power level difference?
Well, that definitely is the case, but I don't think that's the way it was designed.
From what I understand, and we got to get Steve Dombrowski to come on. I'm going to reach out to him. But DC wanted to design their cards, and they knew nothing about the game. So the game designers just said, okay, here's the characters, give us the stats, and we'll make them.
Yeah. And I think they thought 7 was the max grid.
Yeah, they thought they were going to try and sneak a couple 8s in under the grid, but they didn't. So that's the rumor I always heard. DC wanted to do it themselves, and they didn't know how to play the game. They didn't understand the rules. They didn't try to understand them. But we'll have to get Steve on and ask him. My deck is Penguin, Neron, Lex Luthor in the front line, and Joker in reserve. My brother's deck was the Ray, Brainiac, Green Lantern, and the Flash in reserve. And I bet your brother beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
I don't know.
Huh?
Penguin. Yeah, there's no negate. Did you guys play Sights or Anti-Heroes?
Step 1 to improve DC. Add 1 point to the grid of 70% of the characters. Maybe 90% of the characters, Josh.
Add 1 point?
Yeah.
Or add a bump to their grid?
Add 1 point to the grid.
Okay.
So, I would say...
That makes it tough, too, because then it's hard to get on a deck with an extra point of deck going.
Well, yeah. That's true, too, because they're already 19s with max 6s.
Yeah, and 20s. 21s. Dark Side's at 23.
Yeah, I don't think that'll work now to think about it, Josh. Eric said, hey, can social act, cast, or cards like that be played defensively?
They cannot.
Now, Eric, you can't do that. Absolutely no. Captain says, we built around our favorite characters, so I built around Penguin, and he built around Green Lantern. Fortunately for both of us, both characters are pretty cool by DC-only standards. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Penguin's pretty good.
Yeah. They played any characters because the whole decks were DC only. No locations. We played 2 games, and we each won once. All right. Josh, adding 1 point to the grid, there's so many characters that are max 6 and 2 stats, and their point totals are already high, being a max 6 character who's 19 or 20 points. Like we were talking about 2 of them earlier, Commissioner Gordon and Blue Beetle. Both max 6 characters, they got 2 6s, and they're already 19 and 20 points. So you add 1 more point to them, even if you make them a 7, now they're 20 and 21 points. And probably not playable. And Nightwing and double 6.
You could do it with some of the characters for sure.
Yes.
Like Green Lantern, if you give him an 8 energy, now he's still only 19.
Yeah, so he'd be playable. Wow. He'd be playable.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be better than some of the 8 energies that we got now.
Nope.
Or as good as some of the 8 energies we have now. Aquaman is 20 already. Right. So making him a 7 and 21 points isn't going to help him. Yeah. They just need a total redo.
Is he playable though?
Aquaman? Not at 20 points.
No, at 19.
At 19 and a 7?
No, just what he's at now, I guess.
No. What's he got? He's got a 9 multi.
I had him at a question mark. No, he has Raza.
Ah, right.
And he has a 5, an additional special with a 7 fighting as well, an AR. He'd be playable if the allies from the deep stayed in play, like the other EBs that are in the current meta do.
What ones? Who's got one that...
Bodyguard. Kingpin.
Kingpin?
Yeah. And he can play it from reserve.
Oh, that's MOE card?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ken says, I freaking love Steel and Aquaman, but I don't see a good way to build around 2 6s with just DC characters.
Yeah, I think Steel's playable.
Because of the draw 3?
And he's got acrobatics.
Yeah, except nobody's going to attack him. And they might.
Force him to.
Yeah, you can force them to. In DC, it's hard to do.
Yeah, not DC only.
Total redo. You said it, Doug. That's the solution for the most part. I think so.
There's like maybe 8 or 10 playable characters.
8 or 10?
Yeah.
Really?
That are truly playable.
All right, on your list, how many do you have marked with a yes?
I had 15 yeses, but some of them were question mark yeses.
No,
So
just
Brainiac's a yes.
20 points, but he's an 8 with a backup 7. And he's
he-
got a couple nice one per decks.
Yeah. And a couple of nice non-one predicts. He's got the 5 he can attack or defend with it.
Yeah.
He's got a straight avoid. And questionable if you're going to play it, but he does have discarded universe card.
Okay.
Commissioner Gordon, he's possibly playable, but he has a lot of points.
You got him as a question mark or a yes?
I put him as a yes.
Really?
Yeah, I think you could play him. Captain Atom, I put as a yes, because he can play for Teamworks from reserve.
Got a 9 multi.
Got a 9 multi, and he's got a card that allows you to flip-flop him and remove all the hits. So he's got like a Rick Jones special.
That's on him if he's in reserve.
Yeah, it's not as
have
good.
to be
You
on
have to
the front
power.
line.
You have to power mimic it.
Yeah.
Dark Side is a yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Green Lantern's a yes.
Because he's so cheap.
Yeah, he's got a 9 multi. He's got an 8 that you can load up on, and he's also got the cards that pin a character and Green Lantern. He doesn't have a lot of attacking cards, so if you only have one of those cards and then pin down their best character, it's a non-OPD, so you can just load up on them.
Yep.
So that's the AX card. Joker's possibly playable,
I think, yeah, Joker's close.
except I didn't like the way they designed him because every single special is an energy attack. Metropolis SCU is playable.
I used to think they were playable just because they got a void, and then I learned that you don't put avoids in the deck.
But they have the 11 too.
Yep.
Neron's playable, as we all know.
Yep.
Penguin's playable.
Yep.
Riddler can be playable.
Yeah.
He's 18 points and has some nasty cards. Robin's definitely playable.
Yep.
Steel, I think, is playable. In the
Somebody said
right.
something about Steel here. Hold on a minute. Where we go here? Steel is, as a 4 intellect, is just ridiculous. He should be a 6 strength and a 7 intellect.
Yeah, I think he's pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
I had Superboy as a question mark.
Max 6.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Superman is a definitely yes. The Flash is yes. The Ray is a yes. And that's all I had. Wonder Woman as a question mark.
I think Wonder Woman is playable, but she's 1 card away from being really good.
Nah, she's 2 cards away.
2 cards away, you think?
Yeah, because her teammate Avoid's not universal.
Yeah, it's too bad they had to give her an avoid and a teammate avoid, and they couldn't have just teammate avoid 9 or less.
Right.
Or
Then she's
Wonder Woman
playable.
or team. Yeah.
But, I mean, her 1 per decks are pretty soft, too.
Um,
Because she can only get a Wonder Woman special with her Blessed by the Gods.
yeah. And what's her other 1 per deck?
It's a 1 plus however many cards you have in your hand. That
Yeah.
becomes a 5. So it could become a 9. That becomes a 5. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put it in the deck.
John says Azrael in reserve backs up Fighting Grid and has a 10. Flash in reserve, Luthor, Neron, Riddler.
Yeah, I had Luther as playable.
Yeah. Riddler has 3 OPD, says the captain, but only 1 good enough to play. He does have a 5 for attack or defense. They gave that to a lot of DC characters, didn't they? The 5 to attack or defend?
I
Or
don't
am I
remember
just
anybody but
imagining that?
Brainiac.
Okay.
Mojo has it.
Captain says I played Metropolis SCU all the time back when the set first came out.
Yeah, they're good. Superman's good.
Yeah, even at 21 points,
Yeah.
he's got an 11 any, right?
And a 7 that if it hits, target character can attack.
Yeah. Josh firmly agrees with Wonder Woman. She's almost good. John says DC intellect characters were probably the closest to playable after Ray and Flash.
Yeah, I think the Ray's the most playable character.
Yeah.
Maybe the Flash. If you just want a reserve
If
character.
you want a reserve character. Yeah, picking off cards out of reserve is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he's got so many other good cards, I hate to put him in reserve.
I know, that is his problem. I tried. You can normally play him with like a flip-flop deck.
Yeah.
I just run like the draw 4, 3 of the Reap the Whirlwinds, and then sometimes I run the 7. Sometimes I don't.
And he's got a 2, make 2 additional, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Larry says Blue Beetle is top DC seller right now.
Everybody's wanting to play him at the Cup.
Oh. I wonder why
Friday
that
night,
would
maybe.
be. Yeah, Friday night. What's making guys buy Blue Beetles?
Isn't there a Blue Beetle movie coming out?
It was out a year ago.
Well. Must have flopped.
Captain says, I'm pleasantly surprised Phil has such a long list. John says villains are almost always cheaper than heroes. Keith says Wonder Woman, another close but no cigar fighting character. Larry says DC any characters and high power cards also do well.
Yeah.
The high power cards were hard to get.
Right.
It's not like in the first.
Even the 7s
set.
were hard.
Yeah. The first set of Marvel, there were 7 and 8s. They weren't that hard to get.
Right.
And then they reprinted them in the second set.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting that that's just selling.
And the artwork is super nice on those cards. I love the DC artwork.
Yeah. Cadden says, not sure I agree about Riddler and Joker, though, unless you just need the 7 intellect stat cheap deck building points.
Yeah, the problem is you have like Lex Luthor, who's an 8, and he's also 18 points, which matches Riddler and Joker. And you got Mr. Fantastic, who's 17 points.
Yeah.
With much better specials than all those characters.
And Josh says Superman needed an MH special.
Yeah. He was going to get one.
What's the MH?
NH. That's the 8 any power.
An 8 any?
Mm-hmm. I was going to give him one.
And Reverend says Flash is second and Teamworks do well. Adam, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm glad you could catch us live. He says he loves all the content. Keep up the great work. Been slowly getting back into Overpower. I'm Skittle Daddy's little brother. All right. Tell Skittle Daddy we said hi. Who, in your opinion, is the worst, least playable DC character?
Oh, that's easy.
Nightwing.
He's the worst character in the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's just awful.
There's some others that are pretty bad.
Is there anyone even close to being as bad as Nightwing?
Hawkman's crappy.
Hawkman's pretty bad. How did he only get a max 6?
I don't know. He's awful.
Didn't they see that Black Adam movie?
Let's see. Let's go through the list here. We got Aquaman. He's better. Azrael's decent. Bane. Pretty crappy, but he's got a 9. He's crappy,
but he's a whole lot better than Nightwing.
And he's got 3 6s. Yeah. So you could at least
3
throw
teamworks.
Yeah, you could at least throw teamworks. Yeah. Batman's real crappy too.
But he's still better than Nightwing.
Yeah. The Batman Detective Hollow Hero's decent.
Sure. But I don't think we can count them. They're just too hard to get.
Yeah. Because he can play the Commissioner Gordon card. Black Canary. She's decent, actually.
Really?
I mean, for DC levels. She's got 2 different cards that make additional attacks. She's got a 5 that can play an additional special. Then she has a 4
7
that
fighting, right? Yeah. So she's better than Nightwing.
And she had some decent inherent. I think that let her play any type of intellect basic universe cards or something, or allies or something.
Yeah,
allies,
I don't remember, but it was something like that.
So it was okay.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, he's decent in DC standards. Booster Gold's pretty bad. Brainiac's really good. Captain Atom's decent. Marvel sucks.
Huh?
Captain Marvel.
Well, yeah, he's got the same problem as Deathlock, even though he's already a 7. Yeah. His 1 per dex just raised his strength.
And I think is his only for the battle, or is it the game?
He's got 1 for the game. Yeah.
Speed of Mercury can play it from reserve or something. You like Catwoman, I don't.
Catwoman, she could avoid Teamworks.
Yeah.
She's still better than Nightwing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she ain't all that great. No.
Commissioner Gordon's okay. Cyborg's not great. I mean, not to be Superman.
Yeah.
Darkseid's pretty good.
Yes.
Dr. Polaris is not very good.
He's got the weirdest 1 per deck ever.
Better than Nightwing, though.
He's got a 0.
I think it's a 7 that becomes a 0.
Like 7 that becomes
something terrible.
Like, what the heck? Doomsday
is not good, but his stats are okay. So
right.
you could back up
Here's.
Yeah, you could back up Here's for hire or something if you had to. Eradicator. Actually, Keffer played in some major event.
He did. I can't remember. He had a.
It was a max 7 deck though, some sort of Sentinel deck.
I can't remember why.
He said at the time it wasn't as important to have the 8, so I think he played Scarlet Witch with Sentinels, and I'm not sure who the other one was on the front line. Maybe Nightcrawler, maybe. And it was to back up the Sentinels grid. He's a 7 strength, 7 energy.
Yeah.
But I think I would have played Superman if he had the points.
Yeah, sounds like he had the points.
But he may not have. JLA may have not have had the 11 out yet for Superman. So at the time, I think they both just kind of had the 7 multi.
Right. Okay. Oh wait, hold on, just a minute.
Yeah, Red Ike,
Josh
has the
says
7
the
multi.
MH is the 9 or less avoid, but it has an icon that Sabra has from Marvels.
Oh, okay. I thought you said NH.
Yeah. Hawkman is another character with 3 OPDs that pretty much suck. Oh wow. Larry Sell ends tonight, guys. 25% off.
Get out there and get him.
Yeah. What else you got?
Green Arrow. He wasn't terrible. He's not good by any means.
He's a fun character to play, but not a competitive.
Right. I mean, nobody's going to play these fighting characters because of Starjammers when they're 19 and 18 points.
Yeah. If they're just playing around the kitchen table, there's a lot of DC characters that are fun to play.
Right.
And we kind of lean on the show to have more competitive stuff, and we don't sit around and play fun games very often.
Right. Green Lantern, I feel, is playable.
Yep.
Hawkman, no. Hazard, question mark, but I put no. Just
Got to
because.
draw 3.
Yeah.
That's all he's got.
But so does the Ray. And the Ray is an 8, and Hazard's a 7.
Yeah.
And he costs an extra point. So it's like, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a 9.
Huntress?
She's not playable. I don't even know what she has. Thrill of the Hunt. I think she can pull a card out of your deck.
I don't remember either.
Joker, I feel, is playable.
Yeah.
Killer Croc, no.
He's got a 6 unelected, don't he?
Yeah.
Attack that does something.
Can't defend with a certain icon or something,
Yeah.
maybe. He's got an avoid, I think. Slippery escape.
Yeah, probably.
Knockout. She's no good. Lex Luthor, yes.
Yep.
I think he's very good.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter, no. Metello, no. Metropolis, yes. Mr. Miracle, I know you've played him before, but I say no.
I would say no. Yeah.
Neron, yes. Nightwing, so far he's the worst and probably will stay the worst.
Orion.
I don't think he's playable either.
He's pretty bad.
He does have a 4 multi, makes him play another special, but he doesn't have any other specials. He's got a 6 like the hand that can attack or defend.
Not a great card, but not a bad one.
Yeah. Parallax, I don't think so. I always tried to think he was going to be playable with that 0 hour that he has. It's a cool concept, but it's hard to pull off. And why he's not an 8 energy, I don't know. Parasite, I don't think so. Penguin is yes. Poison Ivy, no. Ra's al Ghul, no. Riddler, yes. Robin, yes. Steel, possibly. I put a yes. Superboy, maybe. Again, max 6. Supergirl, no. Superman, yes. The Flash, yes. The Ray, yes. Thorn, no. Trickster, no. Two-Face, no. Wonder Woman, no.
Trickster's close.
He's close.
He's close.
Yeah.
I like that one card.
Yeah, the shell game.
Yeah, shell game, but it's impossible to pull off.
Yeah. But he only had, same thing, he's got the avoid, but nobody's going to attack him.
Right.
And then he's got a 4, make an additional attack or something.
All right.
So not too many playable.
That's why you don't see too many DC characters on competitive teams.
Yeah.
They're not even good amongst their own set or sets.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the Justice League that we got most of those good players, right?
Yeah. I think back in the day when everything wasn't printed, like up till Classic maybe, you would see a lot of Flash with Vertigo decks.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to pick off the opponent's negate that they placed. Or their big 8.
Flash did see a lot of reserve play back then.
Yeah. And he lines up well with Marauders. He's a 6 energy, 6 fighting.
Eradicator has a 7 multi-OPD, says the captain.
Yep.
Catwoman is very good, he says.
No.
She has opponent puts top 5 cards into dead pile, teamwork avoid, 5 attack that's hard to defend. Alright. John says Parasite would be good with Subsion if you could convince someone to attack him.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, that's hard to do.
it's kind of like Morbius.
Yeah.
It's okay
Yeah.
on like a Beyonder deck, but
It's too bad that Morbius negate's not a straight full-on negate.
yeah, he's definitely playable.
Hey, Stefan, how are you? Stefan says, I was looking at Parasite for an energy strength deck with Absalon.
Skip Leon.
Yeah, with that weird name.
Yeah.
What? Captain says Hazard also has a 7 attack lockout.
Yeah. It locks him out too, though. I think.
If
What I remember.
successful, neither player may
Neither. He can't attack
neither
anymore
character
either.
may attack.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's how it worked.
And Captain says, so in the game, my brother won, even though I had 3 8s, 3 7s, and 3 6s in my deck. The game went 3 battles, and I drew 0 8s, 7s, and only 1 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the problem. Hazard has nothing else besides those 2 cards.
Captain, that's awful. Josh said he wanted to try Doomsday and Reavers on a 21B Baker Street deck.
Yeah, because then you're doing the GL, which is the Death Strike. For both of them have it.
I kind of like the 221B, but it's just so hard.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, I'd recommend Post, because then you got Reavers has the lockout, and so does Post. And Post, if you play this certain version, can't be attacked from a location.
What?
So,
Okay.
not great, but
Yeah, you almost want him to attack him from the location so he can get his avoid out there.
yeah.
But just attack him. The problem with the reveal cards, there's not enough firepower behind them.
Although with Baker, you point out 2 cards. So it was really good back in the day because you were trying to pull out the no activator event and Devour of Worlds. So there was some decks that you could make it work.
Captain says, Phil, I think the reason Parallax doesn't have an 8 energy stat is because they arbitrarily decided to only have 1 8 stack in each set. Yep.
Yeah, we realize why. Yeah. I don't know who's more powerful, him or Brainiac, but
Josh wants to know what we think the best DC character is. He's voting for the Flash.
Flash
I think the Ray.
depends depends where you're trying to go. If you need a Flash is definitely a better reserve character.
Yeah, well, if you want energy, you want on the front line, you want the Ray.
Right.
Do you want strength front line?
You gotta go Superman.
Yeah. And
Or once you
fighting
go Dark Side.
or dark side. Fighting, there isn't one.
Azrael.
Just because he's an 8.
And he's got a 10.
Yeah, I forgot about the 10. And then intellect. It's got to be Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And then Flash from reserve. Although you could include Flash in the fighting because he's a 6 fighting. So.
Not an 8 though. There's just so many characters, like you said, their grids aren't high enough.
John agrees. The Ray.
I think it's the Ray.
Captain says it pretty much boils down to whose OPDs you like better between Brainiac and the Ray and how much you value the 7 intellect.
Yeah, or if you're trying to just make a straight teamwork deck. If you're just going limited specials and heavy teamworks, then Brainiac's better. But
Yeah, he played 5 teamworks.
yeah, or 7 now. The 6 innie and the 7 innie.
Right. Intellect is Neron on the front line. Oh, yeah, I don't know why.
Who? Neron?
Neron
Better than Luther?
on the front line?
Yeah. It's close. Neron's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Luther's only 18. Luther's a little more tricky, I think.
He's only got, what does Luther have besides he can whittle the draw pile down,
He's got a +6 to venture. It can only be negated
right?
or removed with a KL. He's got a card that lets him go get any card out of his draw pile. It's not an intellect power card. So a lot of people are stacking him with the 8 any power.
Yeah.
Can be a duplicate.
Nice. Okay.
So that's very powerful. He's got a 2 that makes 2 additional attacks,
Okay.
and his offsuit strength.
Strength, right? I like that.
Yeah.
I like to make those 2 additional.
Yeah. So he's got some attacks.
I kept playing that Morph 2 Saturday in our play testing, and them guys kept negating it.
Yeah. I'm glad and Sam negate him immediately.
Yeah. It's like, come on. I had a nice little chain coming at you. They
Yeah.
said, not anymore. The Ray has no playable non-1 per decks, whereas Brainiac has the 5 strength for attack or defense.
Yeah, that's all he's got though.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that's totally true. He does have a numerical void. He's got the same issue though. Nobody's going to attack him probably.
Unless he's your only 8.
Right.
But then they may not go after him just because they know you could have the avoid.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people play the avoid because a lot of people are playing image inducer with the Ray or Ghost Rider type stuff,
Ooh.
and you force them into the avoid.
Man, I just can't see burning cards like that to shift.
If you're winning and KOing.
Yeah, it could help, but somebody asked about if they had 2 stat. If they had done 2 of each 8 stat in the first set, who should it have been? Well, Batman.
Superman.
Superman.
You say what?
We need an energy and an intellect in the first set.
So you got,
Joker.
So you got Brainiac in the first set.
Yeah, but who else would you want for energy as an 8 in the first
I'm
set?
trying to think of who was in the first set. You gotta
I don't know if there was anybody else.
that deserved it.
Yeah.
So they only did 1 of everybody.
Yeah.
So it was Luther in the first set for intellect, Brainiac, Azrael,
Doomsday.
and Doomsday. And
Because Doomsday got an 8, Superman couldn't.
yeah, I mean it's definitely you gotta have Superman for the strength. You could argue he's an 8 energy too.
And Batman for an 8 fighting.
Yeah, or 8 intellect. I mean he's a
Either one.
super genius too.
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't know.
Maybe Green Lantern could be the 8 energy.
Yeah. Yes, I would have made him. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know about Joker.
You don't think he should have been 8 intellect?
I mean he can't be smarter than Batman.
As smart though. You
Yeah.
make Batman an 8.
Right? Riddler
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty smart too, right? Is he smart
Yeah.
as a Joker?
I don't know. I would think the Joker's a little above him. Maybe a 7 and an 8 there. Somebody said Batman. Josh says Batman 7 fighting, 8 intellect.
Yeah, you could. Ra's al Ghul maybe could be an 8 fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman could be an 8 fighting maybe.
Would you guys play the numerical void? I thought the consensus advice was not to have character-specific voids.
Yeah, they're tougher to play, but like I said, there's certain circumstances that you could play them.
Yeah, I wouldn't play them. I don't.
Yeah, normally if I play the Ray, I like to run the KO event.
KO the Ray?
Yeah.
Ah, you're killing me.
You're bound to hopefully get the draw 3 off before you get him
Yeah.
knocked out. And if you don't, you don't. But I mean, he lines up pretty well with Doctor Strange, just KOing him.
Yeah.
Or you could also flip flop. So a lot of times, like when I built decks with characters like Flash or the Ray, I play the switch event, where the character in the reserve comes to the front line. So a lot of times I'll start with the Flash in the front and move him to the back and bring up Doctor Strange. And when I do that, I typically run the Doctor Strange pin.
Trying to put him in not attack for remainder battle.
Right.
Along with just the 6 or less of
And then I
voids.
just hold the 6 or lesses in my hand.
Ah, okay.
Because you're going to play them for defense anyway.
I wish the DC sets would have been a little stronger, but to be honest with you, I was a Marvel guy all along, so I didn't really care at the time.
Yeah, I like DC. I mean, but I'm a huge Superman fan, but
Yeah.
he's not super playable either. Not when you have Heroes for Hire for the same amount of points.
Yep. And the
And
JW.
he's a max 7.
Yeah, and a 6 discard 2, and an 11.
And a 5 play an additional special.
Yeah.
And he can play 5 teamworks.
Let's see. Give Batman a negate. Absolutely, he should have had a negate.
Yeah, he should have had a negate, and they should have just left him the max 7, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because both the Hollow Heroes are heats.
Yeah. And back then they didn't want to give negates to 8 stat.
Right. I think that's still probably a no-no.
Yeah, Captain says, I wouldn't give Joker or Riddler an 8 intellect because they always wind up giving Batman openings to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
Do they do it on purpose?
Yeah, you're right. He always outsmarts them, so maybe they are not 8s. Good point. Superman and Batman could both honestly have 2 8s each, says the Captain. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I could see that. Same with Thor.
Yep. Thor should have been an 8 strength.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if Superman didn't get it, then Thor didn't deserve it either, I guess. But
Well,
they probably both were deserving of the 8s.
Yeah, but Thor came first, and they didn't gave him a 6.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Do they even read a comic book?
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
What do you think about the V&H codes?
The what?
The V&H codes on the DC cards, villains and heroes.
Oh, and didn't serve much purpose.
Did they even have that listed in the rules as to what that was? I can't even remember.
I don't think so, but there was a few neutral characters, right? Or at least one.
Was there?
The Trickster, I know, was...
Really? He didn't have the villain code?
Nor the hero.
Huh. I would have liked to know what they had planned for that.
Yeah, I don't think they, got to delve deep enough into it.
Well, it must have been Nick's because, well, they never did another DC set.
Right.
But they did some Marvel sets after that, and they never put it on any of the Marvel characters.
No.
So I would think that means they nixed it at the time they did it to the time they put out some Marvel cards.
It's kind of hard to do that after you already have 3 or 4 sets printed prior to that coming out.
Right, so you got an errata,
Right.
and it likes a long list of erratas. I don't. Doug says, yes, it's in the DC rules. John says, morality codes were a fun idea but bad for tournament. Keith says, Thor's original stats made me even more depressed as a 12-year-old than Apocalypse's stats. Yes.
Yeah, Apocalypse is awful too, right?
Yeah. Apocalypse
Wasn't he a Max
is
6?
awful. Was? Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. What are these guys doing?
Yeah.
Villains and heroes were not allowed on the same team. Ah, okay. Ricky said heroes could only use cards with an H and vice versa. Yeah.
So you couldn't play Brainiac with the Ray?
Nope. Couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, in the comic books, a good guy never teamed up with a bad guy.
I mean,
to beat another bad guy.
I get that. But when you're...
And all the bad guys, none of them ever became good guys. They all...
Yeah, when the decks are already very limited, or, when that whole entire set's very limited.
Hey, Joseph.
Makes it tough.
Some cards had bonuses versus heroes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Catwoman.
Right?
Hollow Catwoman. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you liked her.
Yeah. Captain says, John, I thought that for years, but it doesn't actually say that anywhere in the rule book. Really?
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that.
I didn't read a DC rule book when it came out because I already knew how to play.
Yeah.
So I never picked it up.
No.
Josh says, don't forget to like the stream. Please give us a like. Yeah, let's keep this thing rolling. We got 5 likes already.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding us, Josh. We get to talking and we forget all about the liking and subscribing. I wonder, how many subscribers are we at now? Do you know?
I saw 220 something.
220? All right. I'm happy with that. Have we had our 1-year anniversary yet?
I think so.
Did we? Oh, we missed it. We should have done a party or something. The only limitations on what cards can be played because of the H villain codes listed in the rule book are on the ally cards. Ricky says, I'm pretty sure there wasn't anything about heroes and villains not being on the same team.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that, but
Yeah. I didn't look.
sounds better.
I think that any character cards were also HV coded. Really? DC ally cards have an H and V codes and must be played by a character with the matching code.
That I don't know.
I didn't. Was the H and V's only on the first DC set, or did they do it in the Justice League too? Or did they only do it in the Justice League? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Captain will let me know here in just a minute. He's on a slight delay from the live stream.
I didn't play enough DC to pay attention to that.
Yeah, me neither. It didn't matter to me back then.
Although you did play a lot of the Ray.
I did. He's the only DC character I played, I think. I tried to play Trickster. Actually, no, I did play
And Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle
Yeah.
with Red Skull.
And Mr. Fantastic or Neron, right?
Yeah,
You were trying to.
Neron, six discard two.
2.
I played that down in a tournament at Gary Martin.
Gary Martin Jr. Gary David Martin.
Gary David Martin. I couldn't remember his name there for a minute. I think I took second place with it. I lost in the championship game, I think.
Okay.
But
Sounds pretty good.
yeah, it was all right.
I mean, for DC.
Yeah, for DC. It was fun. One time.
Yeah, those 6-pitch 2s are pretty powerful.
Yeah, they can be.
I mean, if you load up on them.
And Neron could go get one. He can
Yeah,
go
for
get
the Red Skulls and be a duplicate too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be pretty good.
Yeah. But they're hard to be successful to make them discard too. You got to hold them.
Yeah, and then they have nothing left to discard.
Yeah, right.
And I think you just got to throw them, make them block.
Well, you got bigger attacks that you
You can get through.
right. You can make them defend something.
Yeah.
Defend it.
But yeah, I always tried to play Neron with Heroes for Hire. Because I always thought that would be a good, use of utilizing the 6s to pull their power cards. And then you whack them with the JWs.
Nice.
But
I
it's
like
hard.
it.
It's hard to do because they're only a 6 in strength together for combined stats.
Yeah.
But they both have 8s.
Oh, Captain says, what was the question? I don't even remember.
It was.
When did they put the H and V codes on it? Was it first
Batman,
set,
Superman only, or
second
JLA?
set, or was it on both of them? I can't remember. And guys, I'm going to put all of the Heroes and Games merchandise on sale. Not the Heroes and Games, the Overpower Adventures merchandise on sale on the Heroes and Games webpage. That was supposed to go up today, and we forgot to do it. We're going to run everything: play mats, the t-shirts, the hoodies, the sweatshirts, whatever we got. We're going to run 40% off.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and we're going to run that up until probably the OP Cup. And so you can mark it for in-store pickup and pick it up if you're coming to the Cup. We will ship it to you if you're not coming to the Cup, but we're trying to get you to come to the Cup. Let's see, Larry.
JLA didn't have it.
JLA didn't have them? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Captain says they both did.
The any characters.
Oh. Larry, when we did DC3, fan created Friday tourney at Peace Bridge in 2014, not 2024, it was decided to ignore the codes. All right.
Yeah, that was where we tried to DC3 and Sean Ballantine found a broken
Uh-oh.
code in there.
That's so hard to believe that he would do that.
Well, Aquaman, they made a character named Mira, which is his wife, I believe.
Yep.
And she could keep, well, his inherent is keep dupe allies of the deep.
Yeah.
And they made a card that's a 9 or less a void that was called Allies of the Deep in DC3.
Oh, and she could have dupes of.
Well, he could because he played Mira and
They
Aquaman.
named the card the same thing?
Yeah, so nobody caught that it was the same special
That
name.
had already been used?
Yeah.
That name has already been used?
Right.
Oh my gosh, who was the editor on that
Yeah,
set?
I think it was that guy from Philly, right? That made that stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he found a broken code. You could just keep 8 or 10 9 or less of voids. You just block everything.
That's
You played
hilarious.
in that tournament?
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I gave you my
don't.
deck and I had to build another one.
Hmm.
You played my Green Lantern Flash deck.
Wow. 10
Yes.
years ago.
Yeah, they had bumped some of the grids. Green Lantern got an 8 energy.
Okay.
And I think the Flash got 8 for defense or something crazy.
Oh, I do kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Who did Sean win the
He
tournament?
did win the tournament. Yeah. I don't remember if he beat me in the finals or if it was more of a Swiss type deal, but him and I were playing very. You were playing good too. I played some sort of Poison Ivy deck where she could play JWs from reserve.
Holy cow. Okay. Doug Taylor says on page 34 the DC rulebook explains the HV codes.
Nobody cares.
And getting back to the merchandise going on sale real quick coming up for the OP Cup, I have also just bought a very, very large collection. and it's going to be mailed to me. So I don't have it here, but when it comes in, we're going to do a live stream of opening it.
Okay.
And we'll go through it. We're talking probably somewhere between 12 and 15,000 overpower cards. Yeah. So when that comes in, we'll make a post and we'll run a live stream of us going through it and seeing what all's there. Supposedly, 2 Beyonders are in this collection, but we shall see. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll put the link up I'll put all the merchandise on sale tomorrow, and we'll post that, and maybe I'll even actually post something in Discord for a change.
Did you see what I bought Saturday?
What did you buy Saturday?
I bought
Yes, 2 unopened boxes.
Yeah.
What 2?
I bought a box of Mission Control and a box of Power Surge.
Mission Control and Power Surge. What are we going to do with those?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of opening the Mission Control, not the actual packs, but opening the box. And if you attend the OP Cup, you'll get a pack.
Oh, there you go. Well, you don't have enough.
I know, it's going to be hard.
You only got 36.
I actually have 2 boxes of Mission Control, but I have to somehow get into it.
Have to find it?
No, it's in storage. I just have to get to it.
No, you have to find it. I mean, you have to dig it out anyways.
Right.
We know where it is. It's getting to it.
Right.
But yeah, you need 2 boxes because we're at 40 players.
Yeah.
Are we at 40? That's
I
it.
don't know. Did Josiah sign up?
Well, Jason and Josiah both are going to put us at 40. Let's see. But neither one of them has yet.
The double J?
Yeah, they'll get us there. Holy cow, look at that. Is there a list of what was in DC floating around anywhere? Great question. Larry, do you have a list somewhere? The rule was by the creator to use the new Aquaman character with the new Allies of the Deep. Sean used the old character. Okay. Captain says, Josh, have you ever been to Platis' overpower form? There's a thread there about it. Basically, there's a partial list of ideas that they intended to develop for characters, specials, and locations, but not specifically what each card was supposed to do like the Marvels. All right. I'd check that out. John says, nice. I still need a Beyonder and an X-Man 11.
Those are tough ones.
I think I got an X-Man 11 in my showcase right now.
Do you?
If not, it's definitely in the stack of cards to be priced and put out. So, John, I definitely got that. I did pick up a Beyonder, a different Beyonder last week. It is so nice. It's never been, I don't think he ever did anything with it. It has one little tick on one corner of a little bit of white on the back.
Okay.
It's beautiful. But it's the only real Beyonder I still have since my deck got stolen that one time.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping that Beyonder. But we may have a couple more coming. The avoid question, Captain says, the avoid question also gets to a potential answer. Can we make DC characters playable? I really want B&G's rule changes to make a lot more specials playable just by giving everyone the version that's actually playable, like I said with the EBs. So many DC characters have different avoids. If you made them all character or teammate avoids, and suddenly a lot of DC characters become a lot better. Yes.
I don't think that'll happen.
It would be hard. But, like, I don't know, at some point they could maybe get a DC license and give Wonder Woman or teammate may avoid one attack of 9 or less. And then she's playable. You're absolutely right. That would be nice.
I don't know if she's even playable, though.
Huh? 8 fighting, 6 strength? Too many points?
Yeah, I mean, she's 20 points. She has nothing else.
She's got a 9 or less and she's an 8.
Yeah, so a Spawn with a 7. He's 1 more point.
He's 1 more point with a 7.
Eight
Well,
and
he's
a
got
7.
the
And he's got a 7, and he's got a 4 multi make an additional, and he's got finite power.
finite power is pretty cool.
And he's got a 4 he can throw in the reserve and keep attacking him for the rest of the game.
For 1 more point.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Does Wonder Woman have an any power special? No.
No.
I was thinking something she had was any power. Yeah, all right. All right.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman needs more than that, but we'll get her there somehow, some way.
I think she's only got 5 or 6 cards.
Oh,
I think
okay.
she has play open-handed, right?
Yeah. I think that might be her other one per deck.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So,
So she'd be okay with Baker Street, I guess.
well, if they give another, are they doing? Oh, what's that one?
That's the one that becomes a 5.
Oh, a 1 that becomes a 5,
Yeah, it's 1 plus every card in her hand is what the attack is to block.
and if successful, becomes a 5.
Becomes a 5 multi. Yeah.
So if they get a decent, they could give her more cards.
Yes, and if this card was not just strictly for Wonder Woman specials, that's a very good card.
On her turn, she may.
Exchange this card for any 1 card in the dead pile and play it immediately. So if she could go get Starjammers, draw 3, and play it immediately, yeah,
That would be
she's
sweet.
playable.
Borderline broken.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, how are you? He says we're currently at 39 for the OP Cup. Yep, but we have 2 guys that we know are going to be signing up real soon. One is Jason Van Etten, and the other is Josiah, my nephew. So
And I'm
we
still
should
trying
get
to talk to 3 or 4 people.
41. Dirty Dave's can't make it, right? Did we hear something about Dirty Dave's out?
Yeah, he had something going on, I think, kid's birthday or something. Or,
What about Miles?
I heard
Oh,
he-
Miles only wanted to come for 1 day, and it was probably going to be Friday.
That's what they were saying. Yeah.
That's right.
But I'm working on a guy in Tennessee that owns a comic store,
Oh, nice.
Richard Oakes. He's been to a few events,
Okay.
and I'm still working on a few people out east.
That would be great. I wonder, let's see, that's only like 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
All right.
And it looks like there's going to be a lot of new players. So if you're scared, don't be. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of new people trying it out.
Right. There's going to be a lot of experienced players. There's going to be guys playing in their first or second event.
Right.
So it'll be a lot of fun. Josh says Wonder Woman, Silver Samurai, the Reavers with 221B Baker Street. Reavers can remove a card. Silver Samurai, what's he got? What's he got?
I think he's got remove a card.
Okay. And Wonder Woman?
She's got play open-handed, so she could pick one of the cards off when you play open-handed.
Yeah, okay. Not worth running 221B. You need more.
You'd be pitching 4 with the Reavers and the Samurai card.
Pitch him.
2 out of their deck. 1 for Baker Street, 1 for the actual card itself.
Yeah.
Those cards are playable if you're playing Baker Street. A lot of people even run it with Citadel and then run it for post too.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're 1 per decks.
I know.
I think you need non-1 per decks that make you reveal cards.
Yeah, I think the better ones with Baker Street are cards like Professor X and Jean Grey,
Right.
Deadpool, where you just randomly pick 2 cards out of their hand.
Yeah.
pitch
And they're not
of
1
them.
per deck.
Yeah.
You could run a couple of them.
And I'll tell you one that's really underrated is the Kree. He has a 3 that if it's successful you play open-handed, and it's a non-OPD. So if they're playing a battle site, you throw it on the battle site.
Aha, nice. Let's see, Captain says, not to mention it's helped Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, not just the most popular DC characters, but the most popular Marvel characters as well. I do like Spider-Man has a reveal.
Yeah.
And can play that with,
But his is only specials.
yeah. But, oh, so that wouldn't even include activators.
Right. So a lot of the good specials get placed.
Yeah. But if they have a negate placed and they had to hold something good, or Spawn has his 9 or less placed, still.
Maybe.
But that card with great power and Spider-Man
doing it.
revealing makes Spider-Man kind of playable. Fun to play. I mean, not competitive.
Yeah.
I think it'd be competitive. I don't know if it could win
Yeah, he's
a
decent.
tournament.
It's
But-
very inexpensive if you play the Doppelganger.
Yeah, 16
Or
or
10.
15, 10, which is the equivalent of what?
14.
14.
Yeah, cheaper than the babies.
What's a 3-stat Doctor Strange?
13. So he's like a 17.
Is this okay? Ooh, really? Is it that much?
Yeah, he's 823.
17. I wonder if Sam's deck was legal Saturday then. Did you add up his points?
Yeah, it's legal.
Is it? It was 76?
No, he's 72.
Huh? Well,
72.
72 because he was using 3-stat Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
he was playing Mojo with Magneto, which those 2 cancel each other out.
Oh, no. I was talking about the Blue Beetle deck.
Oh, I don't even know what he was playing there.
Blue Beetle,
Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman. Maybe it was Magneto. No, it couldn't have been Magneto.
His only 8 was in reserve. I remember.
Doctor
that.
Strange 3 stat in reserve.
Yeah, so he could add a 21 on the front line, unless he was playing some sort of
I
bomb.
don't know. What did he have with Magneto? Did he have Doctor Strange in reserve?
Yeah, he had the old Strange in reserve there
With Magneto?
with Magneto, Mojo, and
Mojo.
Spawn.
And Spawn.
Yeah.
And that's legal. That's
Yeah.
72 points?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, Mojo makes Magneto legal, and then Doctor Strange 3 grid makes Spawn legal. It's similar to what Scotty does with Spawn and the Inhumans.
Okay. I definitely want to build an Inhumans deck one day.
They're tough.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Let's see. Howard says, we are only 4 away from the foil sheet being in play. Yep, we're getting real close, Howard. Real
Howard.
close.
Well, you better bring Mike and Garion and Sean.
Oh,
That's
wait
the
a
other
minute.
3 I'm
Well,
looking
wait
at.
a minute. Now that you say that,
Yeah.
they're trying to get Gary.
I know they are. They've been trying for 5 years.
But that'll get us at 44.
I know. If we can get them, all 3.
All 3 of them. Put us at 44.
Mm-hmm. We'd be one away.
You better get that sheet ready.
It's in the trunk.
Get a tube so somebody can transport that thing home.
Yeah.
Interesting. Boy, if Garion and Mike and Sean come down, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. All right, Larry says for the OP Cup, FNG, which is
Thanks, Larry, for going on a
something
cruise.
for the new guy. Sorry. A $50 store gift certificate and an unopened World Legends foil pack.
That's pretty good.
Yes, and the reason that it's unopened is because those things are just so hard to open, everyone just quit trying.
Yeah, you gotta cut them with scissors.
Yeah, you have to cut them open. But, that's a great prize. Thanks, Larry. Captain says, Phil, so would playing that on the battle site let you see all the cards under it? Is that? No, it's
No.
and out of the opponent's hand. You get to see everything in his hand.
And then you get to pitch one.
Yep. Then you pick one because it's 221B and kick it out of the game. Are the specials under the battle site not considered placed? They're their own separate hand.
Yeah, they're
Actually,
not placed.
they're not placed and they're not a hand. Howard says, hey Larry, we'll get that announcement up next week. Howard says, Deathstrike, the best Baker Street card.
Yeah, it's good. It's, again, a 1 per deck. And it creates no venture. So, I mean, unless you get it early, it's not great.
If your opponent's betting for the win, you don't want to have that card.
No. And you definitely don't want 2 of them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they don't care what you're cherry and picking out if they're betting for the win. And
Right.
it's successful.
They're not going to negate it.
Yeah, and that has to be early in the game. Like, if you're playing the Starjammers and they get their Raza 11 and draw 3 off it, okay, go ahead, take out a card or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like Thursday night when we were playing. I made you pitch something at random out of your battle site with the White Queen. It's like, whoop-de-doo. I would have liked to have had a 4 or a 5 power card.
And it's not just that. If your opponent's playing any heroes, you got now 2 cards in your deck that are totally
Not
useless.
playable. Yeah.
Little Rogue and that one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Did I have Little Rogue in the deck? Did I? I can't remember. The deck didn't play that well, but
yeah.
it's still fun to play the Beyonder. And it had a lot of views. Did you see that over the week? Just since Thursday, we went over 100 views on this.
Did we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's unusual. We're usually around the 80s.
I watched a few games of it. I didn't look at the view count, but
Yeah.
I did see somebody wanted me to play Invisible Woman
I
at the
didn't
very
s-
tail end.
I didn't
That was
see
the last
part.
comment before we signed off. So
Take
I'll play
out
Invisible
both of
Woman on
those.
Thursday.
You're going to play Invisible Woman Thursday?
Yeah.
All right.
She's a beast. I may play her in the OP Cup too.
Oh. Malice or the
No.
+2 to venture?
The +2.
All right. Howard says take out both of Doug's events. Yeah.
Yeah, that would hurt. And he doesn't have many negates to stop it.
Good night, Larry. We'll see you next week. Play versus battle site is more likely to hit. Yep. Oh, there's AJ. AJ, did you just pop in and you've been stalking us?
Building decks for the cup.
Yeah, he didn't say hi earlier, but he says bye to Larry. Maybe I missed him. But the OP Cup, 41, maybe 44,
Maybe 45.
maybe 45.
Bring your wife. Bring your girlfriend.
Man, bring somebody to get us to 45. Pitch in that next extra $50, and somebody's going to win a foil uncut sheet from BMG.
Better not pick up the kid from Portsmouth. Huh?
AJ said he just got in. Okay. Hi, AJ. Thanks for coming tonight and playing a couple games with me before the stream. It was fun, even though you beat my brains in that last game. That's what John says. Play versus battle side is more likely to hit. Captain says because you can't teammate avoid for correct. It's the battle side is not a teammate.
Yep.
Josh says just don't bring them both.
Yeah, so the only way you can defend a battle site is with power cards from your hand or actual battle site cards itself.
Can you negate?
Cannot negate
You'd have to offensively negate something off of their record.
Right.
Okay.
But once it hits, I mean, you got to play open-handed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at that point. But I was talking about other attacks onto the battle site.
Yeah, you could use your site negate if you had one.
Right. Michael got a hotel room.
All right, Michael.
You staying at the Red Roof right across the street? It's literally across the street. We got the Drury Inn attached to us, which the Drury Inn is literally right there. We can see the parking garage, and there's a walkway into the Drury from this, almost right outside this room.
Yeah, a nice catwalk.
Yep. The Red Roof is directly across the street from the Drury. We got the Hilton, we got the Hyatt, a lot of hotels. And I don't think there's anything big going on here at the convention center. Although I was told today somebody may have our room that weekend, so we may have to move over to the other side. Yeah, I gotta look into that. I forgot
No
to
windows
send
room?
that. You're at the Hilton. Nice. Okay.
At the Hilton.
Yep. 401 or 402? 401's across the street. 402 is connected to the building.
For the Hilton.
Yeah. They're considered the same hotel, but 401 means you're on the other side of High Street. 402 is the one connected, literally in the convention center.
Backside, yeah.
It's the newest one. It's only been grabbed a suite. Great, that's awesome. I think you're going to have a good time. When are you coming in?
And do you need a deck, Michael?
John says I already got Barnable to sign up. How many more people do you guys expect me to recruit for the senior circuit?
Hey,
one.
Go easy.
Can you get one more? I can't wait to see Mark. It's been a long time. I don't even remember. Well, the last time we were in Boston for the Scarlet Witch Invitational was the last time I saw Mark.
What was that, 99?
Yeah. So I don't think Mark has played a game since.
No, I think he was at one of the Boston events.
Was he? He said he was pretty rusty.
Yeah, I think he played in one of the Boston tournaments. Maybe John can confirm that, or Joe.
Yeah. And I haven't seen BMG in the chat the last few weeks.
Yeah, they're busy.
Yeah, I'd like to see what they're working on. We are going to try and set up an interview time for them on Friday night, and we'll post that so that you guys will know when to tune in.
Yeah. Michael, reach out if you need a deck for the cup.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm already building a few already. So.
Yeah, we'll build you one that's not too good. It'll be competitive. I lost my train of thought there. Oh, get the BMG guys. We'll interview them. Oh, Ricky's coming, so maybe he can help me chop up the videos Friday night too after we go offline and get them all uploaded.
Oh, that's one thing we need to do.
What's that?
Make a poll for.
A poll for what event we want to run on Friday?
Yeah.
All right. You need to go on the Facebook page for that, or we're going to do it on here?
I think we should do it live.
Michael says he does need a deck.
Does.
Okay. So maybe next Monday.
Okay.
We'll run a poll.
Yeah. We'll put like 3 choices up and eliminate them.
Okay. Vlad already has offered, but I'll take whatever, says Michael.
Oh, okay. Vlad can do it. Great.
I don't know if you want one of Vlad's deck. Vlad, are you in the chat? If I do come, should I bring anything? No? Yeah, a very thick wallet in case Warren shows up with artwork for sale.
Yeah, there you go.
Doug has a Henry Pym deck built for you. Hey, or you could play the Neron deck, Michael.
You're not playing it?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
And not if Michael wants to use it. It did really well, but I still ain't got the power pack right.
Who's on it?
Neron,
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic,
Dark Beast or Beast?
Beast,
And Sable.
and Sable. It's the power pack though right now because I took out all the multis because of the no energy icon
Yep.
event, and
Yeah, I think you need to just come up with a different event.
yeah,
I think so.
I got to get the multis back in there.
Yeah, the multis are good for those follow-up.
On
It's
the
teamwork.
Yeah. So, John says he played 2 Boston events with a borrowed Cadillac, but he's been building decks for this one, so it's going to get weird. Awesome.
Yeah, I thought he played in Boston events. I thought I'd seen him out there.
Okay.
Probably 2018 or 2019 when I was out there last.
Yeah. All right. Doug Taylor says Henry Pym, Deathlock, Neron, and whatever else he can fit with leftover points.
Well,
Yeah.
You only need an 18?
Silver Sable.
There you go. Hey, you got that can do.
You got everything. You got an H, you got a JW. Oh, you don't have a negate.
You got a JW and a JZ.
Yeah.
You can run the Outback.
Yeah. AJ, I'll take that help with the power pack. Thank you. I was saving Henry Pym for Seattle. So if Mark wants to play, or if Michael or Mark wants to play Henry Pym, they could play it at the Cup.
Or we can make that the Friday night event. Everybody has to play Pym.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be fun?
30 Pyms running around.
Everybody have a Henry Pym. That'd be sweet. You could, they don't even have variants to Henry Pym. There's no giant man.
No, I know.
And there's a wasp.
Yeah.
Marvels. Yeah, is she any good at all?
She's got a 9 or less.
Oh, how many points?
17.
17. And he's 17.
Yeah. She's a max 6. So.
That's all right. Oh,
I think she's 6 energy, 6 fighting, so she doesn't match real well. But
and her 9 or less isn't playable from reserve, so she's got to be front line.
right.
Oh, well.
That's like all. She has a 4 make an additional. I think it's multi-powered like spawns.
Okay.
She's okay.
Michael says, I have about as many cards as Larry, right? I'll probably bring a bunch anyway. Unfortunately, they're all buried. Got to start digging.
Yeah. Welcome
He
to the
says we'll
club.
have a Pym Fest 2024. I like it. Doug, any update on Warren's attendance? He told me the other day that it would take the perfect alignment of the stars for him to be here, but it's not totally out of the question.
If we don't get that Warren, we're going to shoot for Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. So
Is he still living?
We'll see. I guess he sold a lot of the artwork, so he should be able to afford a plane ticket, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Doug Taylor says Michael about to open a competing store called the Apple King. Yeah. Well, when I get that collection in, I'll have a lot for you guys to go through too. And I already got a bunch in the showcase, which I took a picture and posted for you guys. I'll put some more cards in there. I'm hoping to get at least 2 full shelves of stuff priced and out. So.
Be doable.
All right, you got anything else, Phil?
No.
I
Just.
know, we're not going very late. It's only a little after 8.
Guess we got to just figure what events that we want to put in there.
All right. Well, one of the 3's got to be a Pym Fest. You can add a 4th choice if you want because of that. I like. John says if that's the event, I'm bringing Avengers Mansion to play Pym.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
A lot of
you guys
people-
are awesome. Thanks for all the Pym love. Let's do it.
A lot of people would do that.
Yeah. Scarlet Witch ain't on there though, is she?
Scarlet Witch Fest.
No, wait. That's the
She's-
Boston guys. They got their own Scarlet event, Scarlet Witch event up there.
She sees enough play anyway.
Yeah, she sees enough for sure. A Pym Fest.
DC only? Or boo?
DC only
Or boo?
or boo?
Or is that boo?
Oh, boo. Yeah, but then it's got to be any heroes, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, you could play a site. It wouldn't be DC though for them.
That's a DC
With site.
DC event and allow a Marvel battle site.
Marvel site.
All right, DC deck with a Marvel battle site.
So DC characters only.
Does anyone who plays Mr. Fantastic use his Marvels card?
No. Doug does.
I have, but then I wanted to get him on a deck that he doesn't get attacked, and I had to take the card out. So I put him with the Heroes for Hire so people would attack the Heroes for Hire and leave Mr. Fantastic alone. And then the Marvels card doesn't get played because nobody attacks him.
But I think they still attack him, don't they?
Some people do. When I was in Canada, it was Heroes for Hire, the Hand, Mr. Fantastic on the front line, and literally all three of them got attacked by different people. Some people would go after the Hand to try and get a quick knockout. AJ always goes after the Hand.
Yeah, I think the problem with that card is you don't gain any venture out of it, or you don't get any extra resources.
Well, you get another 6 power card, or a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, but you had it anyway.
But you defend with it and then put it back in your hand.
Right, but you're defending 2 cards to get the same card back, is what I mean. So you're not gaining any value from it.
It's right. It's a non-venture
It's a wash.
card, and it's going to be replaced with a 6, 7, or 8 power card, hopefully.
Right.
But like you said, they got to attack him. The way I read the card, he could use it to defend anyone on his team. They said no.
Yeah.
Doug Field, do you want some wood burning artwork for Friday night prizes? Says AJ.
That's up to you, AJ.
I would need to know by next week.
Not necessary, but if you want to make something cool, I would just maybe do one for the overall winner.
You are right, Captain. That is why nobody plays it. If he gets attacked, you're going to get 2 6. You hopefully defend the first attack from a teamwork or whatever with it, and then put the power card back in your hand and discard it.
And it's also not a card you ever want to place, because you want either the draw 3 or the pin,
Yes.
which are much better cards.
Yes. Captain says, although it does say play with any power card defense, it doesn't specify against Mr. Fantastic, but I assume that's how it's played.
Yeah, because it's Mr. Fantastic's card.
Yeah, but it says with any power card defense. It doesn't even say Mr. Fantastic has to be the one defending. Any power card defense.
I get it.
But I got shot down on that one, so I took it out of the deck. And Mr. Fantastic is fun to play even without that card.
Yeah, you don't need the card.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right,
PimFest 2024 DC character event only with a Marvel site if you'd like.
And then the third one,
I kind of like the battles thing that Josh
the
did,
battles.
but,
Yeah, let's do the battles. Michael says, got to go. Want to watch the home run derby. See ya, Michael. Have a great week, buddy. Maybe we'll see you Thursday night.
So that's the first 3 sets only?
Battles. Oh,
First
yes.
3
First 3 sets only. Wow.
No sites.
Any heroes. Okay. John says no card advantage, but you get your 8 back to attack with. Right. I agree, John. Yep. Or defend again. Battle sounds like a blast, says Josh. All right. Well, next Monday night we'll vote on it, and you'll post this in the Facebook group page.
Yeah. Do we want to put one other one in
One more.
since we got PimFest, or just
I
leave it
love
at that?
the PimFest, man. That would make me so happy to see it. I would probably play in the Friday night event if it's a PimFest.
You would?
I probably would, yeah. Captain says, feel like you used an 8 power card to defend. It's like having 2 8s in your hand.
No, I
Definitely
get
would
it.
play if he could defend teammates with it.
Well, that'd be a different story. Yeah.
All right.
I think you can do that with FF though.
You could shift it to him, and then he played the power card and the card?
Yeah.
Wow. Does AJ know that?
I'm sure he does.
Adam says, general deck building question. Could a deck with Shadowcat work mechanically the same as the radar warning deck, Ricky's deck?
Absolutely.
Yep, it sure would.
Problem is she's 18 points and a max 6, so it's tough.
Deathlock Fest, says Ricky. I don't think we can do that, Ricky. I don't think we can have Deathlock and Henry Pym take up 2 of the 4 slots. It just wouldn't be fair to the other.
Neron Fist.
Ooh. Man. I would almost rather put Neron on there than PimFest, but
Really?
yeah.
We
See
are.
what these guys could come up with for Neron.
Well, we were called Heroes in Games, so we could do a Heroes for Hire Fest.
No, I've seen enough Heroes for Hire. But PimFest, All right, Shadow Cat is too expensive, but yes, it would work, says Ricky. And he should know.
She's cheaper than Iron Man.
Yeah.
But again.
But Iron Man's a 7.
Yeah.
Deathlock Vest. All right, we'll put Deathlock Vest on the list for the Champ of Champs, not for this one.
Oh, not for this
No,
one.
no, not for this one. Champ of Champs.
I-
Hey, old geek, where you been?
I think that's enough.
All right,
Unless you guys want to do a Max 7 event or something.
all right, put Max 7 on there.
Okay.
There might not be enough guys in the Facebook group to know what the Pim Fest is all about.
Okay.
They ought to know by now, right? Penguin is surprisingly effective for a teamwork deck, says the old geek. Yep,
Yeah, Penguin's good.
yep. Josh won with him, right?
I don't think he won, but he played him.
Oh, get to the championship game?
Nope.
No? Oh, Penguin sucks. He's got that 9,
He's got an 11.
11 intellect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't attack for the remainder of battle after he plays it. He's also got an avoid, can't be attacked.
Oh, Ricky's got an idea.
He's got a 2, make 2 additionals.
Okay. He's throwing a lot of attacks at you, but just,
He's decent.
yeah, he's all right. Max 7 plus Pim Fest.
Well, he is a 7.
Ricky says, must use Pim, Deathlock, or Neron in your deck fest.
That'd give us some variety.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think you'd see a single Deathlock then. Do you? Would you play him? Or would you play Pim?
Well, I would definitely play Pim. Yeah, I would definitely play Pim. But I bet somebody would show up with Deathlock.
I like Deathlock.
Yeah.
I pair him right with White Queen.
Ooh, 2 JWs?
Yeah, and both 6 intellects.
You gonna have a negate?
Yeah,
Scarlet?
maybe. If it's a Max 7, who cares?
Wait a minute, we're not gonna make the Pim Fest Max 7.
That's what Ricky said?
No, that's what Josh says.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we can do that. Ooh, there's one from Brett. 1 Marvel, 1 Image, 1 DC on your front line.
And one what?
And in the back, you put whatever you want in reserve.
One bourbon.
Uh,
So 1 image,
Where's Marcel
1
and
DC.
Mr. Keffer? Either one of them are in the chat. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Phil might be traveling. He's running a 100-mile event
Oh.
in Colorado.
Holy cow, that's a long way to run.
Yeah, and it's super elevated, so it's not just your normal 100-mile race.
Right.
So Spawn, Witch,
says,
the Ray.
yeah. John
Yeah.
says, Brett, that's just what everyone plays. The Escalade.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no DC in the Escalade, though.
You could just put the Flash back there instead of Doctor Strange.
Oh, he says it's got to be on the front line.
Put him on the front line.
Spawn, Witch, and the Ray.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
right.
Yeah, you're gonna have stuff like that.
You're right. Sorry, Brett. We're going to nix that one.
Yeah, or Spawn,
Yeah.
Witch, Green Lantern. I mean, you'll see stuff like that.
Yeah. Captain says play games where you have to use all of a character's special cards and ban the characters who have mostly good specials. That's a little extreme, Captain. Brett says, Josh, yeah, as soon as I hit enter, I thought everyone would just use Spawn in the Ray. Yeah, I didn't think of that either, Brett. That's a great idea.
We could ban those characters. Huh?
I hate banning cards. I hate banning Dow.
You do?
Yeah.
It was broken.
Play any heroes.
I'll play any heroes with down.
Yeah. It's not broken.
Huh?
It's not broken. If you're playing any heroes against another anti-hero deck, then you both have to discard it.
Yeah, but then that's all you see is any heroes.
Well, yeah. That's how you keep it from being broken.
Right.
Or just allow it to be negated.
I agree with that one wholeheartedly. Yeah, there should have never been cards produced that weren't defendable.
Right. How about a home base with characters listed only? Yeah, home base tourney. Would that be the fourth
We've
one?
done that, but we can try that.
Yeah. Is that our fourth option?
Or the Max 7, either one. I guess we can put
No, let's do the home base, not the max 7.
we can put 5 in there and let them eliminate them.
Go with 5? Wow.
They're eliminating them. So.
Josh says a home base tourney sounds fun too.
Yeah, I agree.
Can ban a couple home bases if needed, says Ricky. What?
I think 4 freedoms has to be banned if you do that.
Oh. Yes, we will ban 4 freedoms if we do the home base event. Make sure you put that in the post if somebody's voting. Let them know. 4 freedoms will not be allowed. Nightwing Fest, says John.
Yeah, you imagine
That wouldn't be much of a festival, John.
Yeah,
That would be
everybody
more
run the-
depression.
everybody would run the KO event.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we're all going to KO nightly.
Fast as possible.
Oh, man. Captain says, I don't understand why making Dow do the same thing against any hero cards as it does to activators didn't work as a fix.
They never got to that point.
Yeah, I think it should have just been negatable.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that, then I think Dow's fine.
Yeah. But it didn't happen that way, so it's banned. Hopefully that'll be the only card that ever gets banned in the game.
Yeah. But some of these events almost need banned, too.
Okay, at Overpower, why would you ban home bases? We wouldn't, just for freedoms.
Guess that wouldn't... No other home base would stand a chance.
Yeah. And half of the players would show up with 4 freedoms. I don't know, the pricing's not all that great in that Friday night event. They might still show up with something fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would build, what one would I build? Blue area? No.
You like it?
I do like it, but I don't like that inherent ability.
I think I would try the Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle, I looked at that one. That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. There's no 8 on there.
And there's no negate.
And no negate.
But, it's
But
just
most of
for-
the home bases don't have negates.
Right.
There's only a handful that do.
Yeah, most of them have Beast and Scarlet Witch, when they do have them.
Yeah. So,
You'd see a lot of Hell's Kitchen, too.
yeah, that's a fun one.
Because they get to flip-flop every hand.
What was the other one that I used to build? Was it the blue area?
I really like the Concrete Jungle, too.
Concrete jungle. Does the blue area have the Cree on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's good.
That's the one I liked. Yeah. Stark Industries. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Scarlet Witch and Captain America, Iron Man,
Josh says,
Hawkeye,
I thought,
Spider-Woman.
Captain says, I thought Josh from the Discord said that Dow fix was tried. They did try it. They allowed you to throw all 4 activators at one time.
Yeah, we tried a bunch of stuff.
And,
Yeah, we let you throw them defensively right off the bat, so you weren't, behind a turn.
Yeah. And it just gave the anti-heroes a little bit too much of an edge against a...
Well, the problem is when you couple it with the no activator event,
Yeah.
so you're burning like anywhere from 5 to 8 activators that you never get to play.
Yeah. Made it rough.
The only way you beat that in any hero deck at that point was if their event and Dow was buried on the bottom of the deck.
Or you got the little Iceman head away
Right.
at some point. And Josh says there were many Dow fixes tried.
Yeah.
I guess if we all played the same home base, we'd know who played it the best, says Josh.
That's true.
Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, too,
Yeah.
who drew the
Dupes.
cards faster.
Yeah. Dupes are a big factor.
Time to watch the home run derby. See you on Thursday. Hey, Howard, thanks for tuning in, buddy. We'll
Alright.
see you Thursday. I
Sounds
got to
like-
work on a deck for Thursday. We're going to do something new.
Sounds like it's a wrap. Huh?
Yeah. I think I might go back to the Mandarin.
You got to play Hellfire Club, don't you?
Oh, I got to play Hellfire Club. Yep, that's it. Thanks for reminding me. Captain says, but if it does the same thing to any heroes, you can't play any heroes until Dow's attached with 4 of them. It affects all decks the same way. Yep, but at this point it's too late. Dow just sucks for the game, says Ricky. I could tell that right away when I started playing competitively. And I got 3rd place in my first tourney using it. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to have a super high skill level.
Yeah, it just, you eliminate too many cards out of your opponent's hand. That it just became too lopsided.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. We went a little longer than I thought we would. It's 8:24. It's been fun. Wow, look at that. 49 views tonight, 10 likes. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, hurry and like before we close out of the window.
Yeah. So, anyone who hasn't liked, if you would, on the way out, that'd be great. And we'll see you all on Thursday. Have a good night.
Take care.